All right, you guys, look, I had to come back real quick. I had to double back. All right. So I went to my ex real quick just to see what was going on. Somebody sent me this video, and I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it for you guys because allegedly, there's this crazy story behind this whole thing. But I found a couple little holes that I gotta poke real quick, okay? But I want you guys to see this because I ain't gonna lie, it piqued my curiosity, and I'm like, yo, and this guy been on it on X. I ain't gonna lie, I like this guy's content. I love how he puts stuff together. Not a fan of his theory, but you know, I'm a fan of his just because he puts in a lot of work and he really does this stuff. So without further ado, let's jump right on into this.
She's trying to get a hold of this, and she's got videos of Tyler Robinson.
She's got videos of Tyler Robinson 20 minutes after the shot was taken at 12:23 in her parking lot, parked in his car at her job. And the reason she knew it was him was because the FBI went into her store and said, Tyler Robinson's phone was pinging here and we need to check your cameras. So she starts going through her camera footage at her job with the feds, and his car pops up. They tell her, okay, stop there. That's his car. So she had the timestamps of it. So she went back, took videos, took pictures of everything, and now I got it.
Holy shit!
Sounds crazy. 20 minutes after. That was I want notate this, okay? 20 minutes after this car is in the parking lot. Now I'm gonna let it keep playing, but I'm gonna be pausing it throughout just to poke a couple little holes.
Good job, bro. That girl. That information needs to get out there immediately because that girl's life's in danger. She's a loose end. They'll fucking...
That part I disagree with. It's not a loose end. They didn't confiscate it because it's... What for? She doesn't... It's like, what? This? You don't think this is going to come out in a report? And as I told you guys in the last video, they are literally investigating this whole thing. They're pinging the phones from where it was. That's proof of it. Right there is proof. They were on top of it that quick. 20 minutes after, his phone pinged to that location. They was on this dude as soon as it happened. As soon as it happened, his phone pinged. But this is the question that I have, right? Let me go back because, well, we'll do it after. I got to go back because if they showed up there right after, I don't know if he said that, if they came right after, or if this was like a day later. Because it would have had to have been after they got a phone call that it was Tyler Robinson. They couldn't have came the same day, right? I don't know. I got to go back and look.
That girl should be really worried for her safety. Holy shit.
So this is the crazy part about this, bro. Even in the camera footage, it's at 12:44 when he pulls in. How did he take the shot, jump off the roof, run through campus, run through the neighborhood, ditch the gun, change his clothes, get into his car, and drive 7 minutes away to her parking lot?
It's 5 minutes away. Okay, it's not 7. It's 5 minutes away on Google. All right, from that spot.
No fucking way.
The time, it doesn't make sense, bro. He could not have done all that in 20 minutes.
No fucking shit. Well, let me fucking send that video to me. Let's put this on fucking blast. Holy fuck.
Excuse the language, everybody.
So if Tyler was only there because he was picking up and dropping off the gun, that would explain why he's sitting in his car in a parking lot 20 minutes after he allegedly shot Charlie Kirk, driving in circles. It doesn't make any sense unless he's being told to stay there to go pick up the gun. He would shoot somebody and sit in a parking lot a mile away, bro.
Nobody would.
Nobody would. So this is where I gotta be like, yo, y'all don't know what you're talking about. No offense, Ryan. Ryan, you're dope, bro. I enjoy your content. But that's not true to say that nobody would. Okay. And I'm gonna give my story after, because later on in the video he says something where the guy's like, the life that I lived, bro, you would not be that calm to be the, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here like, yo, that's not true. Because at the age of 16 years old, okay, 16 years old, when I would go and I would, and I'm not glorifying this in any way, shape, or form, but I lived a different life, right? When I was 16 years old and I would light a block up, or I would go and do something crazy, or if somebody came down my block, I had little locations that I would go to And I ain't going, obviously I'm not going to say where, but I would go run real quick after I did what I did, throw off my clothes, wash my arms in bleach, and be back on the block by the time the cops showed up. And I would go specifically back to where it happened just to be like, oh my God, what's going on out here? Okay? That's 100% true. And people that know me, they know. I'm sure they will never say, you know what I'm saying? Because, we were young and we were out there and we all had our little thing. But we would go back to the scene of the crime to make it look like we didn't have nothing to do with it because the police is looking for somebody that's running. That was how our criminal minds worked. At 16, I'm gonna wash my arm in case they do grab me, right? If they grab me and they got to test me for the gunpowder in my mind, the bleach and the water is gonna get it off. So I will wash all the way up to my elbows, bleach and water. So no gunpowder will be found on me. Change the clothes, hurry up, throw the clothes off. At 16, don't tell me that somebody ain't gonna be driving around and not be paranoid. I would go to, Zach say, where would I go? I would go to a house that I could go to when stuff like that would happen. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. It's like, come on. Don't make it like this. Come on.
Nobody fucking would.
This one's crazy. So I asked her too. I said, hey, did they tell you?
You said that's at 12:44?
Bro, I'm sending you the first footage, bro. She just sent me all she sent me every camera in her park.
Dude, do you understand how fucking crazy viral this is going to go right now? This is fucking insane.
And there it is. It's always about the virality, isn't it? It's always about the virality.
This first video I'm sending you. So this is when he first. Tell me when you're playing it.
And do you want any credit for this, or do you want to remain silent, anonymous?
You can shout me out.
Oh fuck yeah! All right. And what's your username on X?
From convict to conservative.
Perfect. All right. Cool.
That's a dope name.
All right, you see the video?
Yup.
Okay, you're gonna look at the street over there. You're gonna see when he pulls. So this is when he's driving by her work, and then I'm gonna look at the timestamp. There he is, 12:44. You see him?
Yup.
Okay, so there's him at 12:44.
He's in this gray Charger?
Yeah, that's his gray Charger.
Okay, so 12:24. Shot goes off at 12:23. Now we just showed in the last video the area, right? Okay, 12:23, pop. I'll be generous. I'll say he didn't get off the roof until 12:28. Okay, 12:28. That leaves him with 14 minutes to arrive at this location. The place where he had to go and change his clothes and everything right quick was literally right across the way. And we got him on video walking that way quickly, right? When I would go and run to change my clothes after I did some of the horrible stuff that, people do when they're in gangs, I would change literally not even 20 seconds, man, maybe 30 seconds if I'm really being slow. Just boom, real quick. Take everything off, put everything back on. And then I'll include washing myself up with the bleach. I'll give myself maybe a minute and a half, because you got to get the bleach, pour the bleach, minute and a half. So that would take me 2 minutes. 2 minutes to change my clothes, wash up, and then get back running to back where I was. Okay? Not with no car. I would always be on foot, right? So my man jumps down, 12:28, goes over there. Let's say it took him 10 minutes. Let's say it took him 10 minutes to get his clothes changed, to get to his car, and start driving. Okay? 10 minutes. That puts us at 12:38. Okay? And let's just use their 7 minutes that they say that it took for him to get there. Okay? We're still right on time, guys. Still right on time. Still matches completely up with everything that's being said. I don't get what's the smoking. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Smelling like bleach. I never thought about that. I'm buying there. But what are we doing here? What are we saying? What are we saying, that it's impossible? Is that what we're saying? Yeah, Kiki, I'm live again. I had to because I found somebody sent me this video. I didn't find it. It was sent to me. And I just wanted to go over it.
So this is when he
Thank
drove
you.
by her
Thank you,
I
Kara.
heard-
I appreciate you.
I'll
Work.
send you the rest.
Akira.
Yeah, this is when he drove by in the front, and I'm going to show you where he parks on the back of her job.
And how far of a way is that from what is the
5
location of
minutes,
that
bro.
off that where she worked at there?
I'm gonna send it to you because she sent it to me. She sent me everything. Look at this. Where is it? Start at?
Holy
Is
shit.
this? Okay, now
This
look
is
at her
fucking
messages.
big, dude. This is fucking big.
It's not that
Holy
big.
shit,
This is
bro.
her
not
messages
that
to me. Look at these messages. She reached out and she's sending me stuff, and then she's sending me the maps of.
Oh, look at that. 5-minute little drive, man. 5 minutes. But we'll give him the 7 that he said initially. We'll give him the 7 minutes that he said initially. But if it was just the 5 minutes, then we're under time. We're under time. With him taking 10 minutes to get changed and get to his car, which is where he was headed. We're right on time.
her job. She even sent me the address of her work.
And I can use all this. She said that's okay. She wants this to go to Candace, right?
You can post it.
But I
She
mean,
did this to me. She didn't care who.
that's what I mean. I can put it out there, right?
Yeah, because I asked her. I said, did they tell you not to put any of this out? And she said, no. They just said thank you. Walked out.
The shopping center is only 5 minutes away, is what it says right here on this text. You can't see it with my face covering it up on the screen, but that's what she says. FBI came to work asking for security cameras, and this was what they found. I sent to Candace email, but says it's full. It's from 9:10 at 12:44 p.m. He drove his car around the shopping center. I want people to see this and add it to the timeline. Shopping center is only 5 minutes away from UVA. Come on, there's no smoking gun here. Of course the FBI didn't tell it to delete it. Of course the FBI didn't say, hey, you better not tell nobody about this, because it's not anything. It's not anything. It just it further proves that dude was in the area. His phone pinged, which means that they're probably not lying when they say that they got text messages, because they're obviously watching this dude's phone records. Okay? They got the text. The text messages are real, everybody. It didn't come from an AI robot CIA fed. Okay? The messages are real. They came from Tyler. He speaks that way. And he was in a relationship with a transgender person. Okay? It's all real. I know it's hard to believe, but it's real.
Like, they didn't tell her anything, bro. They just had her pull up her.
This is fucking. I'm surprised they didn't confiscate it. See, they were not planning to cover this up originally. You know what I'm saying?
So now here we go. Here we go. How do you know? This is what people do, right? They say they were not planning to cover this thing up originally, expecting everybody to believe along the lines as you, the same lines as you, saying that it's a cover up. It's, in my opinion, guys, this is not a cover up. This is totally not a cover up. If it was a cover up, they wouldn't have, which is what he's about to say. They weren't planning to cover this up. Well, how is it that this was a massive conspiracy, right? And they've been planning on taking Charlie Kirk out for a while now, and they booked the event so far before, and the funeral and all this stuff that you guys are saying, but they weren't planning to cover this up? How do you have a conspiracy without a planned cover up if you're having a patsy and all these? This just is logic. Come on.
Like, I think somebody higher up came down at, you get what I'm saying? Because if this was like 9/11, on 9/11 they went around immediately and confiscated all the video footage, every shred of evidence. They didn't do that this time.
Exactly.
I think that originally this is why they were.
Because they already had.
Yeah, I think
they had their shooter. It's Tyler.
Well, but I also think that they probably originally thought that Tyler was actually the dude who did it and didn't realize that he was going to turn into this fucking patsy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Come on, bro. How did you, come on. You know that you don't even believe what you just said. That's why you said, you know what I'm saying, right after you said it that way, bro. You come on, brother. Come on, Ryan. Come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah, they didn't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know
They
he
didn't know.
do it.
No, he
So
didn't
that's
do it.
why they think that it was him. So whatever.
Will you text me the name and address of this location? So I can pull it up on my maps and show how far.
Oh, look at that. I got to read this. So I'm 69 years old and I just timed myself to put on a t-shirt, jeans, socks, and shoes. 1 minute and 6 seconds. I'm sure they come off a lot faster. Plus socks would already be shortening the time. Yo, you get exactly, this is my point. Like a lot of people, they're falling for this stuff. I appreciate you. He covers me. I do. I appreciate that. And I love your name. I love when I see that name here in the chat. Chris, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. You're a heck of a man too, and we still praying for you, brother. But yo, you guys, this is the world that we're living in. Conspiracies get pushed as fact with zero evidence, and then when they do try to bring you some evidence to act like it's a smoking gun, it's not a smoking gun. This is a 69-year-old woman just said that. Come on. I think you're a woman. He covers me. I'm not sure. You say you're a woman or Matt? I'm sorry if I said, whatever. But 69 years old, they could do it in 1 minute and 6 seconds. And you could take the socks out of the equation because I'm sure he didn't change his socks. You know what I'm saying? This is stupid. This is so stupid.
She sent a screenshot of it that I can see there. 5 minutes away.
So I think I'm going to have to screen record the second one because she sent it to my WhatsApp. So let me see if I can save it. Yeah, I can. Hold on.
Dude, this is fucking nuts.
Okay, so in these two videos, it shows him pulling into the parking lot, right? Watch. It shows him pulling into the parking lot, and then he drives off, and then you see him driving past her work again. It makes literally no sense. Let me make sure which one is which.
Pull up your YouTube.
Being crazy.
My man, I got you. I won't make a mistake.
Here's the second shot. Okay, so this is the backside of her building from what she was. Okay, so let me make sure this is the one. So there's one. Let me see. Okay, no, the first video is when he drives off. So let me see the second one. Hold on.
I wonder if that's why God allowed me to be a criminal when I was younger. I wonder if God knew, like, one day all these horrible things that you did in your past, Cash, you're going to be able to use them to apply logic and reason, to things that happen in the world and people try to make bigger than they are. And I'm sure that most of the people that listen to my man Ryan aren't criminals, and God bless you for that. I'm not promoting crime or trying to glorify myself for being a one-time criminal back in my past, but God, am I grateful? God, am I grateful that I had to go through the things that I went through when I was younger so I can easily see through this kind of stuff right here, man. Okay, so you see the videos I just sent you?
Yeah, I'm watching one of them right now. I'm watching the one that's a minute and 30 minutes long.
Okay, so this one, okay, no, that's the second video. That's when he's driving away. Watch the second one, and you'll see him pull into the parking lot at like 10 seconds.
At 12:44.
Yeah, that's when you see him driving from the front camera, and then you see him.
I'm watching, hold on.
You should see it at 20 seconds. He's in the back there.
Okay, I'm at 18 seconds right now. Okay, yep, I see him pulling in. Yep, exactly. Yep, he's driving right there.
So now he sits there for that time, and then once you get to like 1 minute and 50 seconds, or actually 2 minutes, he drives away. And then that other video, you see him at a minute and 20 seconds driving back in the opposite direction again.
Dude, he is. Whoa, dude, this is bizarre.
What's bizarre about
it,
Ryan?
This is not somebody who just shot somebody, bro.
No, not at all. You would be going to Mexico. You'd be so fast to get out of that town.
Let me explain why I know this,
That's
bro.
not
Because
true.
the life that I come out of.
What life?
The life I come out of that I don't live anymore. When things like this happen, you don't stick around, bro.
That is not true. That is just not true. And I'm not taking away from your experience that you experienced, bro, but I don't know. I'm from the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? The Chicagoland area. I was born in East Chicago. I was raised in Hammond, Indiana, in a place called Little Waco, bro. Okay? There is no way you're going to sit here and tell me that people that do this, bro, you don't panic. You don't panic. You don't get, we stern against that. Ain't no panicking. Everything has got to be what it is. If you're going to do this, you're going to do it. We're going to do it right. And that's that. That's just the way it goes. What are you talking about? You can't speak. You cannot speak for all people that have come from a different kind of lifestyle and say that this could never happen, bro. And I know personally, because of the life that I come from, that you don't wait around after you just shot somebody, bro. That's exactly what we did. 100%. 100%. Unless it was a random event. If it was a random event and there wasn't no plan behind it, well then yeah, you got to get up out of Dodge because you don't know what to do. But if you already have your game plan set in motion, oh yeah, you chill. 100%. I used to get it, and this is going to sound really bad, you guys, but I used to get a thrill out of it. I used to get a thrill out of doing the things that I did, right? And showing back up to watch the police looking for somebody. As messed up as that is, it's the truth. Come on, bro. And this dude planned for over a week. He planned for over a week. And leftists, deranged leftists, let me rephrase, deranged leftists, I'm sure they get a thrill out of the weird, wacky little stuff that they do. And I'm sure that he wasn't panicking. Not in that way, not to where he's gonna, freak out and drive to Mexico. He was panicking in the sense of, oh my God, I forgot the screwdriver. I think they're gonna find my DNA. I'm sorry that I did this. Now he's calling because he thought he was gonna be able to get back to the gun in time. He thought he was gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? All of these things. He couldn't make it to the gun. The man went, changed his clothes right quick, boom, he got up out of there. It's come on. This is crazy.
Not even in your mind of like the fear and panic of something like this, you get out of Dodge, out of fear, because you don't want to get caught. You don't linger. Let me send you the shots of where this is exactly.
Yes, exactly, Tara. Exactly.
Oh man, this is fucking insane. Okay, here's what she sent me right here.
That's a good point, because now we know. Because I was literally in the live that I just got done doing. That question was asked that Tara said right here. She said, didn't his text mention that he was sitting by, kept checking to see when the cops were gone so that he could get his grandfather's gun? 100%. And I asked that question. I said, I wonder where he was. That's funny how things work, because I'm over here like, man, I wonder where he was. Where was he at? We were just questioning that literally not even 45 minutes ago on live, right? And then somebody sent me this video. Now we know where he was. He was in his car, driving around, watching the police. That's where he was, looping around. I mean, that doesn't sound like somebody who's panicked to the point of driving to Mexico. He just panicked about getting that gun.
So do you see this photo right here?
Yep.
Okay, so the white dot is the tip of UVU campus, but if you zoom in, you can see where that roof is, where that shot was taken, and that red dot is her job. So that's on South 400 West Street, and then on, I think that's West Center Street. So her parking lot is 51 West Center Street.
Okay. Hey, and then
that's a 5 minute drive, bro.
What's up, man?
Okay. And then is Yakov, is that anything that can't be shown on screen?
No, bro. You're already showing.
No, you could show that.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I wasn't going to dox you or do anything.
Yeah. That's just my social media moniker on
cool.
Facebook.
Awesome.
So
perfect. Yeah,
all
don't
right,
say anything
brother,
about your name.
thing,
Yeah.
man.
All right, brother. I got you. All right. Later.
All right. That's it. That's all, guys. Sorry for the title, but that's why I put a question mark, because they're acting like this is new evidence. No, it's new to you. The feds already got this. Obviously, is what she just told you. The feds got this. They know. And I'm sure we're going to find out in the report that they're going to eventually release. That, my man was driving around, watching us, as it says in the text messages. We know he drove over to this location over here, and he spent back around. We know this. What's the problem, guys? I don't get it. What's the problem? Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. And then the thing is the dude, he's not a criminal. Like, he's a criminal now. He committed a crime, but he's not a criminal. So this is his first time. He don't know how to feel. I'm assuming, I'm sure he's tripping a little bit, but not to the point where he's like, oh, I got to drive to Mexico. He made a lot of mistakes. He left that screwdriver. You know what I'm saying? He wrapped that joint up the what's it called in a towel and left it so that he could get to his car, which is what he did. Got to his car, changed his clothes, you know. He did all of that, but he made some mistakes. He went where cameras were. He drove where places where cameras were, parked his car where they could figure out what car he got into. I mean, he's not a professional, as everybody wants to claim. He wasn't sitting on the phone. Obviously, he wasn't sitting on the phone talking to his handlers. No, he was texting his boyfriend. He was texting his boyfriend, bro. He's driving around freaking out, texting his boyfriend, watching, waiting for the cops to leave. It fits. Everything fits. Why are people making this thing something that it's not? This right here, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. This right here makes me go lesser into the conspiracy side of it. Watching that video made me go away from the conspiracy side even more. Like maybe he really didn't even have nobody involved with him. Maybe he just, yeah, I'm really leaning towards that. No, that this dude was just deranged and really hated Charlie Kirk. It's what it feels like to me. It doesn't feel like there's anything else going on here. With all the videos that y'all have sent me and everything that I've watched and listening to the FBI and listening to Governor Cox and listening to the police in Utah, it all seems up and up, man. I mean, it does. It don't seem like that there's any more here. I know we want it to be, but it just doesn't feel that way. It no matter how you try to connect the dots, it just doesn't feel that way. It just don't. And then another thing I want to point out. This dude been said to be planning this for over a week, right? The comment that Charlie Kirk made about Israel wasn't a week old. You ever thought about that? The comment that everybody be using when he's talking about Israel wasn't even a week old. So then how was my man's planning this for a week as he said it? How? Just saying. Logic. All right, I got to go. Yeah, I got to get out of here. Catch you guys later. Appreciate you. God bless you. Unite. Don't fight. Be a street light because only you can be the change you wish to see in the world. When you get too stressed out, you got to remember to pray, America, because without God, everything falls apart. And that's a fact.